curriculum, as Dr. Meenakshi said, it's one of the important components as far as the education is concerned. Okay, how exactly we have to frame it, how exactly to implement it, and how exactly we are to evaluate it. These are some of the things which are more important as far as the curriculum is concerned. Now, before I start, maybe I'll request everyone to type out from which field you are. Let's say you are from engineering, which branch of engineering you are, from which institute, what's your name. So that will help me in pitching my session there. I'll give you 1 or 2 minutes. All of you type out your branch, from which branch you are there, and whether your applied science or some other science is there. I would like to know that, right? Just 1 or 2 minutes. We have got people from Kavita from computer engineering. Then we have got a lot of people from civil engineering, mechanical engineering, mathematics, statistics also we have got. And we have got from telecommunication, we have got from civil, maybe we have got from vast branches of engineering. All participants are there. And as Dr. Meenakshi has said, okay, we have got from different regions there, different places there. We have got people from different places. It's good to talk to all of you. So usually what I do is I go for interactive sessions also, where in case you got a doubt, in case you would like to tell me something, we can discuss, or maybe in between I can ask some of the question there so that I can find out, yes, whether you are understanding it or not. Fine. Now
Okay.
what we have to do is okay, how exactly we think about a curriculum and how exactly we implement it. Maybe these days, if you look at your earlier curriculums, we used to have only contents. Okay, these are the things to be taught, and at most we used to say what sort of a lecture, what sort of practical, what sort of a tutorial will be there. This is what we used to have as a curriculum there. Now these days there is a lot of emphasis on what exactly the student will know in case he goes for this particular course. Okay, let's say in case I do a one program, what is the outcome which will be there in that case? That's one thing which is there. Then in that particular course program, I do some courses. Then usually the student question is, why should I do it? Let's say you do programming course. My first thing is, first reaction to of the student, why should I learn this? In case I teach environmental engineering to computer science people, they say, why should I learn it? That means what exactly they are looking for is what will be the outcome in case I go through this particular course there. That means what we need to know is, okay, the moment I say, okay, that what will be the outcome over there. So that means what we have to say is, okay, the moment I think about a curriculum, I had to think about what will be the for a course, what will be the outcome of this. While if I teach this particular course, what will be the outcome? So that's why these days course outcomes are the most important components there. Okay, for each of the course, I have to define what will be the outcome of this particular course there. So that's what we say. These are the two very critical terms these days: a CO and a PO. There, maybe somebody might have talked to you about the COs and the POs there, but yes, I'll repeat it. One is course outcome, other is a program outcome. Now, what is the program? Program is a program which gives me a information about a particular domain there. Let's say I say a BTech. BTech is one program there. Then we have got a BTech in computer science and engineering. Maybe BTech in mechanical engineering. That's what we say is a program. Now, first of all, we must understand okay, why the moment these days student goes for a course, he says, why, what will I get in case I do this particular course? So that's what we say is the program outcome. Okay, the moment I do a particular course, what will the outcome of that particular course is important for me. So let's say what sort of program outcome I'm looking for as a student. We say Okay, I should get a job. Maybe then once somebody says I should get a job which gives me a lot of salary. So this is the student perspective which is there. But the moment I look at the academician's perspective, they say, okay, the moment there is one course, there is some set of knowledge, skill, and attitude which has to be worked for him. We say the KSAs, knowledge, skills, and attitude, which has to be worked for him. Now, the moment I wanted to impart your knowledge, then I had to think about, okay, let's say a KSA is a very broader perspective. Now, what exactly I would like to teach? Now, let's say you think about a BTech and computer science engineering. Should I give you 10 courses on sports only? No. Why? Because my outcome, which I'm looking for the program, is, okay, let's say he should know the engineering. He should be able to solve the problems. He should have good communication skill. He should have got lifelong learning. So this is what we say are some of this program outcome which are there. Now, if we look at this program outcome, they have been defined nationally. A AICT or an NBA, what they have done is for engineering program, for diploma program, for all the management program, they had defined these POs. Some of you might have seen this. Okay, there is this what we call a A2K of a program there, where we talk about all the program outcomes there. Now, what we say is program outcome. As I said, this is a knowledge skill that graduate have at the time of graduation. That means once I complete 4 years of my graduation or 3 years of a diploma, I should have this particular knowledge and the skills which has been given to me. Now, what we have got is, as I said, AICT or NBA, National Board of Accreditation, they have defined this. These are the A2K for the engineering graduates or diploma program, which has to be there for any of the program there. Now, let's say you thought of, he should be able to solve the engineering problems. Now, what sort of courses I had to think about for him? That's where my curriculum design comes over there. Now, let's say you have to go for 5 courses of mathematics or 3 courses of mathematics. Should I say they should go for all the 3 mathematics courses at the same time? In first semester, let them go through all mathematics. Will it work? That means the moment I say curriculum, I have to think of what are the courses which he has to go through for attaining this A2K, which is his program outcomes, and how exactly he can logically order those particular courses there. This is what we say is the curriculum design. Okay, you have to think about what sort of POs are there, then corresponding to each of the POs, what are the courses through which it will be mapped, and I had to think about that particular courses there. That means what we have to look for is, okay, there may be some course outcome which will be there for each of the course. Now I had to think about how exactly I had to map it. So this is what we see. The program outcome is a knowledge and skill set that the graduate have at the time of the graduation. This is what I'm looking for. Then the course outcome is, these are some of the knowledge skills that are attained by the graduate in a particular course. Maybe I can think about looking for whether I'm able to attain this particular COs for a particular course once the course is over. Let's say it was a 6-semester course, it is a 3rd semester course which is over now. I can find out what was the outcome expected there and whether I'm able to achieve that or not. So that's what we have to think about. You have to map your CO and the POs, and we say this is a CO and the PO matrix. So this is one of the important component as far as the curriculum design is concerned. how exactly your program outcomes are mapping to all the course outcomes there. Maybe earlier days we were not doing it, but not these days we have to do it. Okay, how exactly this sort of a mapping can be defined in this particular scenario there. So this is what we say curriculum. Curriculum, we say curriculum, assessment, evaluation are the major tools what, through which my program outcomes are attained. So these are, as I said, okay, one is curriculum, other is assessment, and third is evaluation too. So these are the three major tools through which we make the curriculum there, and this is the way through which we measure our program outcomes there. Now let's say the moment I say curriculum, this is what we say content which has to be taught. The moment I say assessment and evaluation, we say what is sort of a tools I will be using for assessing the students. All of you just quickly type out what sort of a tools, assessment tool you use for for a curriculum there. Maybe Sujata says some poster presentation they go for. No, we are not looking at the feedback system from different stakeholders. Dr. Sushil, what we are saying is, in case I got a curriculum, I would like to impart this curriculum to the students. How will I evaluate them? Maybe Kavita says quiz, that's good. Then Rajkumar says internal and external exams. Then Mahesh Chandra says assignment, unit test, and semester exam. Then projects are there, semester exam. Somebody says think, pair, share. What is that, Sujata? Sujata, you're from which institute?
हाँ सर हम क्या आई एम फ्रॉम महाराष्ट्र सर
Okay, you say think,
कोल्हापुर
pair, something like that. What is that?
हाँ सर हम क्या करते हैं क्लास में स्टूडेंट को एक टॉपिक देते हैं
Huh.
और उनको आपस में उस पर बात करने को बोलते हैं
Okay, that's good. That's okay. Now I have understood. What exactly you're saying is the discussion forum which you create.
हाँ
Because these days
yes
there's a lot of emphasis upon that social media. Okay, you create a topic and make them to discuss that. Good.
देम यस सर
Okay, thank you. Pankaj says sessional exam, Viva Voce. Okay, that's another way of evaluating. Viva Voce, project and assignment there. Then Mahesh Chandra says field visits, reports, mid semester role plays. Maybe Dr. R.K. Vance says some role plays are there. What are the role plays you're having?
Sir, we give the situation to the students
Okay.
and give them time, and they discuss the things, and they take time to decide the role which they will be playing. Like there is HR problem in the organization, and lockdown is there. As HR managers, as supervisor, as employees, how they'll perform, how they'll act.
That's very interesting. Thank you, Dr. Vance. You're from which institute?
Institute of Technology, Malur, Punjab.
Acha, you're from Punjab. Okay, that's very interesting. Maybe
Thank you, sir.
okay. Then Ravi says common assessment test. What's a common assessment test? Is it a common across all branches?
Sir, common assessment test means 2.5 unit, 2.5 year. Our in Tamil Nadu, I belong to France Engineering College. 2.5 unit for 5 units we divide into two and a half, 2.5. 2.5 unit test. Then is a cat one and another 2.5 is a cat two. Then fat every unit we have give a set of questions 25 MCQ. So cat and fat we can use for assessment of that curriculum.
That's very interesting. Maybe that's another thing which has emerged. Okay, you think of a common assessment test for evaluating all type of students there.
Even the question also, sir, that those who are handled, he will not take the question. That other staff members take the question for the particular subject, and evaluations also not done by the staff members in order to maintain the integrity.
That's very interesting. Okay, that's a integrity is maintained across all the state, how exactly they'll perform there in that particular test there. Because in man, there are so many places where there is a common assessment test which is there in this particular situation there. Dr. Bhuvnesh says mid semester teamwork viva. Maybe if you look at now, if you look at this set of things which has emerged there, now there is a lot of a thing which has emerged. Okay, what we do is the moment I say assessment, what we have to do is okay, assessment and evaluation, what we have to do is we have to think about what sort of tools are there. Now, if you look at, there's so many tools which has emerged in our discussion there, but is it all the tools are applicable in all situations? This is what has to be decided at the curriculum level only. Okay, what sort of assessment tools you will use for evaluating the student there? What exactly we wanted to evaluate? Okay, the moment I say I have to evaluate the student, I say whether he has understood it or not. That means whatever course outcome I thought of for a course, am I able to attain it or not? And in case there are 20 odd courses for a program there, if I combine them, is it the program outcome which has come out of that or not? So this is what has to be very well designed there. So earlier time, my curriculum used to be, used to define LTP and content there. Now these days we try to work out on all these things, how exactly we have got this curriculum for a subject and what sort of assessment tools, because if you look at the assessment tools which you talked about, may not be viable for all situations there. If it is a practical sort of a course, I have to think about the practical. If it is a theoretical aspect there, I may not be requiring any practical for this sort of a courses there. So this is what we say. It has to be very well designed so that I at the end of the day I could find out by my assessment and the evaluation tools there, then what sort of attainment is there. That's what we say the implementation. Okay, what sort of attainment is there for this particular course there. Now, if you look at it, most of you might have gone for the NB accreditation or NAC accreditation, because these days there are a lot of engineering institutes who are opting for this NAC. Maybe what we try to find out there also is, okay, what sort of process you have followed for development of this particular curriculum. Okay, let's say maybe in your case, most of your affiliated institutes, we have got for a NAC or an NB accreditation, we have got certain different parameters there. But in case you're a deemed university, in case you're a university, you're making your own curricula, then we have to think about, is the curriculum well balanced? Is it, let's say I talk about be it computer science engineering there. If we keep all the courses of a theoretical nature, then is it I'm doing justice with that? Will it become a well-balanced curriculum? No. I had to balance out how much is the lab work it should be there, how much theory work should be there, and how exactly I have to measure them. Then I have to see whether the level of the syllabus is at the degree level or not. Because this is another important aspect. Okay, we have got course which we would like to find out whether it's a worth degree or not. Because if you look at the industry, because there is always this sort of a conflict between industry and the academics. Industry says you do this particular tools only, whereas we as an academician say, okay, we have to work out on the theoretical background for this tools to be understood by them. So that is always you have to balance out in that particular aspect only. How many tools you have to think of? Let's say if I talk about computer science curriculum only, then there may be hundreds of the tools which are there. Is it every tool I have to teach them? Or I have to teach them how exactly they have to learn a particular tool there. and what sort of a level I have to think about. So these days, there is a lot of emphasis upon the skill-based courses. Skill-based courses are, okay, along with your content, can I learn some skills there? So all your programming, all your tools, they become a skill over there. Now, if I look at, okay, these days we talk a lot about the new education policy where we say multi-exit, multi-entry to a program there. Now, what I say is, let's say somebody enters into engineering, he does first year, then he realizes, or he does second year, he realizes this is not my cup of tea, or I would like to leave this program due to my financial reasons. I'm not able to study further. Let me earn. Then what new education policy says is, okay, you let him go out from the system and let him get a diploma there or a certificate course there. Then along with that, you give him some skill. Let's say you give him a skill-based course for 2 months or 3 months there, so that with this particular diploma and this particular skills, he becomes employable there. So that means, okay, in case I give him a coverage for the second year course, then the level of this particular coverage is not up to the degree level, but yes, it's up to diploma level. Along with that, I give him other additional things and let him go into the market and do it. So this is another thing. Does it allow the NBA program outcome to be attained? So this is the most important content or aspect as far as curriculum is concerned. Okay, whatever curriculum I'm thinking of, I'm able to attain the outcome or that there is not there. So this is what we say is the two themes: process and result. You start, you process, you question. In case it doesn't answer, you go back to the process. Let's say my question is let's say I start with the program there. Does this my question is, does all the PUs attained by this particular curriculum or not? If I say yes, I stop. But if it's no, again I go back, again start processing, adding some new courses, deleting some courses, so that my curriculum becomes a balanced one. So this is true for the curriculum, whole curriculum there. Even subject also, it's the same. Okay, I define 4 outcomes there. My question is the content which I written over there will take care of all the 4 outcomes there? If it is yes, I stop. I had made the curriculum for this particular course subject there. But if it is no, again I go back, add or delete some of the content there to make it a balanced one. Now, usual question is, will we be able to attain the POs under this curriculum? This is one of the implementation aspect as far as curriculum is concerned. Okay, the moment I think of POs, whether I'll be able to attain this particular in this particular curriculum or not is most important aspect there. Now, this is what we say, who are the ones who design the curriculum? Maybe faculty as a team does it. Then I look for who are the ones, who are my stakeholders. My students are my stakeholders. My industry is my stakeholders. I have to think about, so this is what we say curriculum design process there. Okay, you have to think about what sort of a team you have to have. In case of your universities, once they make a curriculum, design a curriculum, they invite people from different institutes. I hope some of you might be involved with this sort of a process there. Maybe can you tell me how many of you are involved in some curriculum design? Yes, Ravi says some minor courses he was involved for designing the course. Dr. Ravi, can you tell me what were the courses which you have designed?
The minor course means in our autonomous institution there is we say that honors for other branch students suppose selected. If one branch students do additional credit, 18 credits during the course of curriculum. Actually, 165 credits for normal BE, additional 18 credits for specialization called minor courses, cyber security, cyber forensics, data science, like that. If they choose, then they will give 2 degrees, one for BTech, computer science and engineering, another is called as honors in cyber security, like that.
Thank you, Dr. Ravi. That's very interesting. Okay, what he said is, okay, in case your institute is autonomous, then you got this flexibility. Okay, along with the degree, you can offer some minor courses there. He gave the example, let's say B computer science engineering, minor can be cybersecurity. For electronics also, this can be some minor specialization there. Or for electrical engineering, this can be minor specialization there. Then Dr. George says, Board of Studies for a physics for a civil engineering there. And Sujata is a subject for mathematics design for the robotics and automation, the course. Maybe you, Dr. Rajeshwaran says, developing syllabi for the construction engineering subject there. Okay, Dr. Rajeshwaran, once you design this particular course, have you designed this course outcome for that? Can you just tell me? Dr. Rajeshwaran?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Good morning, sir. Good morning. Thank you, sir. Yes, sir. We prepare the CO also, course outcome for each subject, and then mapping is done at the end of the semester, sir, after the exams.
Okay, that's very interesting. So what they had done is, because this is what I'm trying to impress upon. In the earlier time, we used to design only content there. Now these days, what we do is we have to define this course outcome there and do it this sort of a mapping there. Maybe Dr. Shruti Seni says BTech Electronics and E there. Okay, Dr. Shruti Seni, how you were handling this POs while designing this particular courses there? Dr. Satish?
Hello, good morning, sir.
Good morning, Satish ji.
Sir, actually, we were using program outcome that were defined by NBA.
Okay,
And for course outcome design, we have framed a committee that consists of senior faculty members and HODs to frame the course outcomes.
okay,
So basically, program outcomes are taken from NBA, sir.
okay, that's good.
Thank you.
Dr. Satish, another thing, you're from autonomous institute or from university? You're from some university or you're from some
Sir, I am from RIMT University, Punjab, sir.
RMT? Okay.
Yes, sir.
You have got the flexibility of designing your own curriculum there. So
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
this is what I'm impressing upon. Maybe I would, let's say, is experience sharing also. So what we have to see is there are program outcome which has been defined by the NBA. These are A to K, which we say for engineering program. Now, what he says is those he's taken from there. For then they design the courses. For each of the courses, they have defined the outcome there. Then they have tried to do this sort of a mapping there. That's pretty good. Pradeep says course could be designed by considering the program outcomes also. You're very right in saying, okay, I had to think about the courses which fulfills my some of the program outcomes there. If I teach a course which doesn't cover up any of the outcome there, then they may not fit into the course there. That may not fit into the curriculum there. Same way, in case there is some program outcome, I made all the courses, but one program outcome is not met by any of the courses there. Even that curriculum is also not a balanced one there. That's very interesting. Thank you. So this is what is important. Okay, you have to think about who are your stakeholders while designing the curriculum, as most of them said. Okay, in case some of you are from the autonomous institute, you got flexibility in that. But in case you are from the affiliated institutes, you may not be having the flexibility of making the curricula, but you can be a part of the curriculum design there. So this is what we say, okay, you have to have a faculty team who will be designing the curriculum. One faculty can't design a curriculum, it has to be a group of faculty there. Then we have to think about the industry. Okay, the people who will be employed by the industry, they have to see what sort of things has to be taught to them. In that you have to be very clear. Okay, there shouldn't be one industry whose aspiration we try to meet in a curriculum. It's a holistic view you have to take from the industry about your content which you would like to teach. Then academics from the peer institution. That's another important thing there, because these days we make a curriculum because if private institutes or autonomous institute, what we expect is okay, they think why they design a curriculum, they should think about the peer institution from where they should be able to add some of the people there. Then your students and alumni, your students and alumni there, okay, those are the ones who should be able to give some feedback, because these days we conduct an exit survey. Exit surveys, we ask them what sort of courses, what are the courses you feel irrelevant in your curriculum there, or what should be the more content which has to be taught. And same way your alumni also plays this sort of a role there. Then another is your academic bodies. These days this is more important aspect there, because you have to think about what are the various academic bodies you have got in your autonomous institute or the universities there. Maybe some of you might be having the Senate, some of you might be having the Board of Studies, some of you might be having the Board of Engineering there, or a Board of Studies for a corresponding branch there. So all these are nothing but some academic bodies which are to think of. Maybe in your case also, in case you are from a private institutes, deemed universities or autonomous institutes, while you have to make a curriculum, while it has to go through this particular process there. Okay, how exactly a curriculum in a typical organization goes? Okay, first of all, there is a group of people who make a draft curriculum. Then you make a team from industry, from students, from alumni, who discusses that particular curriculum, modifies it. Then next role is of academic bodies. Maybe in some of the places you have got a departmental committees. In case it's a computer science curriculum there, faculty of a computer science will look at that. It will be different from the team who has designed the curriculum, but from the faculty, what we say is some body which we say is a departmental academic body there. Then once it gets approved by this particular departmental active body, then it goes to the institute bodies there. Maybe you got a Senate, you got a institute program committees there. So all these are nothing but some of the processes there. Then maybe in some of the institutes, it goes to the Board of Studies there. Maybe in case those of you who are from the autonomous institute, what sort of academic bodies you have got in your institutes? Can you just type it out?
There is an academic council, sir. There is an academic council.
Okay.
There we are affiliated to the Anna University, but it is an autonomous institution. That the curriculum is approved by the university representative as well as the academic university, one of the members of the academic council. The curriculum must be finally approved by that board members, even though it is designed by the department, industry people, alumni, parents, all we are considered for that, but final approval is done through academic council.
Okay, so that's what I was talking to you about. Okay, maybe Dr. Ravi has given you a specific university environment, a autonomous institute, how exactly this particular goes. What is being done in Anna University is there is a person from the university who joins this body and make this curriculum, then further it gets approved by the university only. Maybe TA Rajeshwari, then they have got BOs for each department, and then they have got a PAC. Dr. Rajeshwaran, can you tell us what is your program assessment committee which you make?
Sir, Program Assessment Committee is a small body comprising of the Anna University professor with or without extra industry member to advise about our new syllabus revisions before submitting to the board of studies.
Okay, so basically board of studies where we have got a part which we say is the program assessment committee also.
Yes, sir. It's a
They-
preliminary step before board of studies process.
okay, that's great. Thank you, Raj.
Thank you,
Then
sir.
Dr. Imran says it's a board of studies and academic council which are there. So if you look at different universities, they have got this different structure there. Now, these structure must have been approved by some board of governors, some of them there. So this is what has to be documented, which NBA tries to look at. Maybe in case of Rajesh, it's academic committee and the Senate which is there. So like this, there are, if you look at because why I wanted to put you for this is, there are a lot of mechanism through which this is being done. But only thing is, what is required, it has to be documented there so that once a committee sees that, he should be able to have a look at that only. Then curriculum committee needs to keep in view also the POs and the resources. What sort of resources are available? What sort of education objective has been kept for a program, that also has to be seen by this particular committee there, and what sort of resources are available. Let's say you have got usually, let's say I can compare two things. One university is in a remote place, other is in an industrial hub there. That means what sort of resources available to him? He got resources where his student can walk into the industry, work there. Whereas other fellow who's from the remote area, he may not have got this flexibility there. They have to think about curriculum design in that particular aspect there also. Okay, what sort of education objective you kept in mind? So this is why maybe we might have seen the curriculum for any typical engineering program there. This is what we have got. Okay, this is a broader outline which we have got. Okay, we have got some courses which we say math course, physics, engineering science courses, humanities, and the communication. Then we have got a core courses, and let's say we say electrical engineering. Then we have to define how many core courses has to be there. Then how many electives are to be there. Because new education policy says you have to think about a big basket as far as the electives are concerned. It's not that there is only two elective and only one is being offered. Because this is what is being seen by the NBA these days while they go for this accreditation. Okay, what sort of flexibility you are giving to the curriculum while implementing? You design a pretty good curriculum where you talk about there will be 10 electives there. But if I look at your record for the last 5 years, you offered only one elective there. Then why should I keep a list of 20 electives in this particular case there? So this is what we think about, what sort of elective should be there in a particular curriculum there, and while implementing, how this elective implementation is there. Then we have to think about project, internship, and assignments. So this is what we say is a broader outline as far as any curriculum is concerned. You have to think about projects, you have to think about internship, you have to think about the assignments there in this sort of a situation there. Now, then once you think about the course and the elective courses there, you have to think about how course content delivery will be there. What sort of a laboratory work is there? What sort of project work will be there? And what sort of process of development with this documentation? Now, what is more important is you have to document it. Because in the earlier time, we used to document only the content there. Now, but these days, there is a lot of emphasis what they will be doing in the laboratories there, what the sort of project they will be doing. We don't say you just specify a lab experiment there, but you think of what sort of flexibility can be there once he has to opt for a laboratory work. So whole of this thing has to be taken up with this particular lot of a documentation there. Then the moment I start with implementation of course there, now your content delivery becomes one of the important aspect there. Okay, for how exactly the contents are being delivered to the student. Are we giving some class notes to the students? What sort of textbooks are being used? What sort of demos will be given in the lectures there? Then, in case I attend a lecture, what will my gain out of by attending this particular lecture there? So, these are some of the important aspects there. Because these days there is a lot of emphasis upon the course files. Because in case those of you who have gone through the NBA process there is a lot of emphasis because this is implementation part. Okay, while a course is being delivered, I have to document what exactly has been done in this particular course. Let's say it's a 42 hours course. I must define in this 42 hours, every hour, what exactly I'm going to do. Is it I'll be able to do all the everything in 42 hours, or I need additional hours? Then this is one. You have to define the your structure, how exactly you're going to do this particular course. Another is what sort of content you're going to give to the students. Is it you're going to have the presentation there, or is it you're going to give them some notes there for the classes there? So this is part of a course work there, a course file there. Then what is my course file, a course evaluation mechanism there? Because in some of the good institutes, what is being told to the students in the beginning only. Okay, if I got a course which has got a theory and a practical part, let's say I'll give 20% weightage for the practicals, and then I have to think about the continuous evaluation also. I'll give two quiz which will carry 15% marks, that 30% this. Then I give them the quiz which will carry 5% weightage. Then I give the project work which will again carry 55% weightage. So 50% will be my final exam, and 50% evaluation will be done as a continuous evaluation there. Then these records has to be maintained. One is I had to design. Okay, this is how I will be evaluating this particular course. Then once I have to evaluate, this is what I have done. So this is what we say is the most important aspect, which we say is the content delivery in this particular scenario. Okay, how your content will be delivered to the student in this particular environment. I hope some of you might be making this course files, because maybe some of you might have gone through the this particular NB accreditation there, or in any case, because you are a private institute, course file must be mandatory. Can you just tell me what are the contents which are there in your course file?
So there is one query.
Oh, sure. Your doctors, your
Sir, I'm Shakuntala Bura from JC Boss University. Very good morning, sir.
oh, good morning.
सर आपने अभी जो स्लाइड शेयर की थी उस कंटेंट डिलीवरी,
हाँ हाँ,
उसमें nowadays what we are doing is we are sharing while taking lectures using smart boards. Mostly institutes में smart boards are there, interactive boards we can say, है ना? तो we normally talk with that and using this aid and shares PDF class notes, you can say.
right.
I interacted with a group of students, with many group of students, and I asked, I'm from electrical, so
Okay.
I asked which book you are referring. Say machines, electrical machines.
Right.
So the students were silent. मैंने कहा क्या हुआ? What happened? Then they said, Madam, we are not referring any textbook. Even we don't have buy the books, textbooks. We are just referring the teachers' PDFs or class notes they have shared, or the videos, YouTube videos. So this is really shocking that nowadays students are not referring this textbooks.
Yeah, that is one of the concern which is there. Okay, student not referring to this particular textbooks, because these days, it is in the earlier days only option which were available for the student was a textbook. Now these days, what they are very right in saying they are referring to some of the content which you might have given, some of the content which have been delivered in some of the other online media there, or there may be some online is links which are available through which they are referring to that. So there the role of a teacher become very important. They have to tell him, okay, one, I'm giving you PDFs. Another is this is one link which you have to refer and use it. This is one good content which is available there, which you use it. Because these days we are becoming a facilitators. Because if I look at 20, 10, 15 years back teaching, it was a teaching only. Now what we have to do is we have to give them the resources for learning there. So my emphasis, our emphasis is more upon the learning aspect there. So they are very right. We say they're not referring to the books, but can we tell them this is what you can refer over there? Because simply telling them this is the textbook which has been referred in the syllabus, please refer it. This will not help. I hope that answers your question, ma'am.
Yes, sir. Very right. Thank you, sir.
Okay, we got a lot of information as far as the course file is concerned. Okay, maybe can we talk to Dr. Ritu Pava? Yeah, Dr. Ritu is there.
Yes, sir. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Ritu. You're from which institute?
Sir, I am from Dronacharya College of Engineering, Gurugram. It is under GU University, Gurugram University, Haryana.
Okay. In your course file, you have written a lot of things. For if you're teaching a course, why you should put a mission and a vision of the institute?
So it's like I think it's an important part because it makes us revise things when we open the course file. Like we have to give the quality education and the curriculum and also vision. Then we go for the departmental vision mission that is according to the specification of the department. What I feel it's important to have the vision of the institute as well as the mission of the institute so that it can get collaborated with the departmental mission and vision.
Dr. Ritu, you're very right in saying this sort of information is to be disseminated to the students. But we have got your a website, you have got all your boards which are there where you can put up. But we are talking about the course file for a particular course there.
Okay. So subject wise, like it may be like course file, it can be for the faculty. We don't give it to the students, sir. It's for the faculty interaction. Faculty for maintaining the faculty and the HOD interaction. We can have the course file when we have a meeting. The faculty can have that course file, and for that we have a vision and mission of the institute. But the departmental vision and mission is required, sir.
Yeah, that I agree. It is. I'm not saying it's not required. Mission and a vision of the institute or a department, that's very well required. But only thing is whether it should be part of my course file or not. That's what is debatable.
Okay, so that yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Then can we talk to Swati?
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Ritu. Can we talk to Swati?
Hello, sir. Good morning.
Hello, good morning, Swati. Now, you have written a lot of things as far as the course file is concerned. That's very interesting. What you do is you put up the approved curriculum there as far as the course file is concerned. Then academic calendar of the lectures plan. That means every day what sort of lecture. That's very good. Then your topic or learning outcome. That's interesting. Then assessment methodologies. That also you document, right? Then this,
Yes.
yeah, this is what Dr. Skuntla I was referring to resources. Once you make a course file, you have to put up what sort of resources are required for that. Then another is what sort of attainment was for the previous year. That's very interesting, Swati. Okay, you have to think about what sort of attainments were there. This is what we see the progressive course files. What a progressive course file is. In case I taught this course in 2020, what's the attainment I got, what's the resources I use. Then again in 21 I teach that course. It becomes a progressive file. I put up the information there in that long. Then it whatever it was there. So like that I can put up this. So this is what previous years. Then the sample question paper, answer sheets, course attainment, action plan. That's pretty good. I think in case you would like to refer to something, maybe your Swati's things you can refer. Okay, this is what has to be there in your course file there. Yes, Dr. Anand says we must map our COPO in line with our departmental vision and mission. Now, what Dr. Anand, what we have to do is once I say COPO mapping, a PO has already been defined by the at the national level only. COs is what you define for a specific course. They have to CO and PO have to map, but department mission and a vision may be a broader statement which has to be there. This is how you have to take up this up.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Okay. Then Ganpati says lecture plan with teaching pedagogy for different units. Yes, that's very interesting. Whether it will have a lab session, whether it will have a demo session, what sort of session. Yeah, Ritu says recommending SWAM, MOOCs, and NPTEL. So these are all maybe while this why I'm discussing all things and sharing with you is okay, in this particular discussion only we got to know a lot of things. How each of the institute is doing it. So this is what we have to think about once we think about the course files there. So this is what we say as a curriculum implementation. You have to think about these course files. Okay, what sort of evidence is there for the direct evaluation? What are the things which are there for the course file? Not to overstate it, but this is a prime responsibility of the faculty to think about what sort of a thing should be there in their course file there. So this is what we say is the implementation part as far as the curriculum is concerned. Okay, one is we design the curriculum. Another is we look for the tools through which we will be evaluating the things there. And this is what we say is the implementation part as far as the curriculum is concerned. Now I'll be open for a question. Maybe another 10 minutes we'll open for the questions only. All questions you can ask. Whatever difficulty you face, whatever things you are emphasizing this particular process. Right?